In this video, we are going to talk about the law of cosines. All right, so with the law of cosines, we have a triangle, and the triangle is always going to be labeled in a standard way in these problems. And for the book that we're using, the angles are going to be labeled with the capital letters A, B, and C. And then the sides are going to be labeled with the lowercase versions of A, B, and C in such a way that side A is opposite angle A, side B is opposite angle B, and side C is opposite angle C. Okay, so all of these formulas that I'm showing you depend, that use this labeling of the triangle here. And so the law of cosines, there's three versions here. You can see that on the left side of each of these, you have either the side A, B, or C, and it's squared. In fact, if you kind of look at this last version, we have c squared equals a squared plus b squared, which should be familiar to you from the Pythagorean theorem, right? That holds for right triangles with a 90-degree angle. But this is more general than the Pythagorean theorem. This holds for non-right triangles, oblique triangles, okay? So there's three versions, and you can see that there's a symmetry related to those things. For instance, on this first one, we have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc. So you can see that this first formula uses the sides that are not a, right? That is sides b and c. And then it's times the cosine of the angle that's that side A is opposite. And it's the same thing on each of these other two here. Here we have b squared, so this formula is going to use A and C, the sides that are not B, and then it's going to use the angle that side B is opposite. That's angle B here. Same thing for this last one. So you can see there's kind of a symmetry between those things. All right, when do you use the law of cosines? There's a couple of cases where we need to use the law of cosines. So when we are solving an oblique triangle, a non-right triangle, and we know the following information about the triangle. We know the measures of two sides and an included angle. So by included angle, I mean that's the angle in between the two sides, right? If I pick any two sides of a triangle, then they're going to meet, right, at a vertex of the triangle, and that's going to form an angle. And so for any two sides that you pick, that angle in between them is called the included angle. And that's going to be known as the SAS, or side angle side case. Okay. All right, and then the other case is the case where we know the measures of the three sides, and that's called the side case. Okay. So in these two cases, we cannot use the law of sines to start off with, because of the fact that we don't, in either of these cases, we wouldn't know an angle, the measure of an angle, and also know the measure of the side opposite that angle. That's what you need to use the law of sines, and in neither of these cases would you have that scenario. Okay. All right, so in the next and subsequent videos, we're going to talk more about these and give an example of each one of these cases for you to take a look at.